Well, my brothers and sisters of the Most High, future doctors, preachers, professors, multi-millionaire businessmen, future nurses, teachers, future moms and dads. The list goes on and on. Who would have ever thought that the overly zealous, overly excited, heart on fire version of ourselves that walked into college would be where we are today? Look how far we've come. Some describe this as the end of the road, the culmination of our lives. But allow me to change your perspective just a little bit and challenge you just to tell you this is just the beginning of you, your legacy, and God's marvelous story with your life. But before we go on, honor must be given where honor's due. To the best university president any student body could ask for. President Wilson, thank you for standing with us, for loving us day in and day out. You've led us with so much poise and impacted our lives for the rest of us. Our lovely First Lady, thank you for staying strong, for praying for us, and every time you made saga taste like a homemade meal. The unseen and unsung heroes of the Board of Trustees and donors, thank you for the countless hours traveling, countless hours in meetings, and the countless dollars spent on making ORU the greatest experience in the world. Our dear professors, thank you for every minute spent in class, in preparation, countless hours grading, and sometimes counseling after a bad grade. This is just as much our day as it is yours. The student experience, admission, coaches, and success office, you're superstars, and dealt with all of our craziness over the past couple of years, accommodating a seemingly never satisfied generation, AKA us. Building and grounds, Sodexo, don't even get me started. Y'all are the reason that we still have breath inside of our lungs. Thank you for the countless hours spent on making this campus the best campus in America. Families, moms, dads, siblings, spiritual mothers, and spiritual fathers, thank you for everything. Paying for school, providing a firm foundation for us, and letting us invade your homes during the holidays. But most importantly, we honor God. It is by His grace that every last one of us sit here today. We all have a different story, yet we all sit here as graduates. All this to say, Maita basa, namasaganallo, merci beaucoup, gracias, felem dirit, dankeschön, thank you. Go to a school with 126 different languages? Trust me, you'll pick up on a thing or two. So I don't know about you, but when I first applied here, I heard the phrase, whole leader for a whole world, a spirit-empowered leader. I was like, this is kind of cliche. I don't know what cheesy school I'm going to. But now I stand here after everything I've gone through, and it all makes sense. We are nothing short of exactly that. From the massive culture fest where we experienced every corner of the world, to the ORU World Cup, shout out to the winners, to the missions trips where we would actually be the hands and feet of Jesus, with a couple crazy stories out there, of course, to our nation-shaking March Madness run, and nationally recognized student section, whether a watch party or a live game. Our characters were shaped and sharpened here as leaders with the plenitude of chances to lead, whether an intramural team, student association, prayer set, success coach, or even your very own business. Shout out to my barber. Or even being the one to initiate all the Raising Cane's, Andy's, Whataburger, McDonald's runs. Trust me, y'all, that college wait was no joke. And don't even get me started on the crazy stories with all our professors. Trust me, I could bring every last one of these graduates up here to tell a story, but would be here until the return of Christ. Now, when I look back on this class, I see a group of overcomers, a group that's been knocked down by situation after situation, yet has gotten up and conquered every single time. A group that was faced with a pandemic, virtual classes, social justice wars left, right, and center, a battle against the church like no other, political unrest, and still, despite it all, pushed through. I personally stood facing the challenge of moving and making the decision to chase after the Lord despite a generation chasing the thrills of life. But as a young man from Zimbabwe, living in Ethiopia, just trying to be obedient to God's voice, I was blessed to find myself here. The fears of finding friends, having made the wrong decisions, the impact of COVID, facing some of the hardest classes some of us have ever faced, these challenges would only build us into the warriors of the kingdom we are today. Each challenge and knockdown has taught us a different lesson. Every wrong decision, every right decision, every season of struggle, and every season of thriving, every season of rebuilding, every broken heart, every season of crushing was there to make us the men and women we are today. You made it through. You developed a relentless attitude that I urge and plead with you to take on everywhere you go. An attitude that will open doors like no other. An attitude that nobody will be able to stop. An attitude that God will open door after door for you and will change the lives of so many people. That never give up attitude, that never die attitude. I plead with you, take it everywhere you go. My fellow graduates, this is a celebration, a time of reflection, a time to realize all we have done and been. But allow me to take a trick out of Jesus' book and change our perspective just a little bit. Today is our graduation, but also our Great Commission. Today is our celebration, but also the assignment for our next mission. Oral Roberts' vision was to raise up his students to reach the uttermost bounds. Well, my fellow graduates, the uttermost bounds are waiting. The time is here. The time is now. Go and do all that you do to the glory of God. Like said in Colossians 3:23, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as if you're working for the Lord, not for human masters. So whatever job you get, 20,000, 50,000, 7 figures, or no figures at all. All that we do, may it be to the glory. Remember who we serve. Remember where you came from. In the Great Commission, Jesus says, all authority in heaven has been given unto me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them everything I have commanded you. Surely I am with you until the very end of the age. I remind you the same today. ORU, we leave you with our love and resilient spirit. We leave you knowing that the best is yet to come. It's never goodbye, merely a see you later. Trust me when I say, we will be back. Personally, I want to see all the dorms, the athletic centers, the libraries, the welcome centers. The future is bright, and we are proud to have played our role in the story. Continue to change the world, my alma mater. Can't believe I just said that. So to wrap this all up, I could scream and get y'all hyped up, but the reality of the matter is the job's not finished. Matter of fact, the job just started. Coach is putting us in, y'all. The time has come. Let's go be world changers, seeking God's voice in all we do. Ambassadors of the great vision that's been placed within us. Ambassadors of this great school. Class of 2022, we've made it. Thank you.